Hi there, and welcome to day 160 of the Daily Stoic with a panting greyhound in the background. So today we've got Seneca and his moral letters, and this one's titled Solve Problems Early. I'm sure that's something we'd all love to do. Here we go. There is no vice which lacks a defence, none that at the outset isn't modest and easily intervened. I should put my glasses on more often. But after this, the trouble spreads widely. If you allow it to get started, you won't be able to control when it stops. Every emotion is at first weak. Later, it rouses itself and gathers strength as it moves along. It's easier to slow it down than to supplant it. Now that's pretty cool, I think, but it's one of them things that's, again, it's easier said than done, and it's something that we need to be mindful of as and when it crops up to be able to do something about it. So what I believe Seneca is saying is that when we first have an emotion about a new subject, it's potentially going to be weak on the grand scheme of things. And the more times we have an emotion about that subject, it's going to, like that snowball rolling downhill, it's going to build and build and get bigger and bigger and stronger. We use that analogy until it becomes massive. So what Seneca's saying is recognise that first emotion, and if it's something we don't want or desire, that's the time to nip it in the bud, deal with it before it's had chance to gather up that momentum, get bigger and stronger, and then become not impossible to deal with, but much harder further down the line than it is right at the beginning. It does require us to be very self-aware, self-conscious, and on top of our game to be able to do this though. So like with everything, some days are going to be much easier than others. Another way of putting it is a river is easier to cross at its source than it is as it's, about to join with the sea. At one end, it's going to be a nice little step across. At the other end, it's going to be a big, strong, hard journey. Which would we prefer? I know which one I prefer. What do you think?